viewers, welcome to Home Cooking with me, Hema Subramanian. Today I'm going to show you how to make crispy bitter gourd. I know many of you are not very fond of bitter gourds, but this is a nice way to eat it. It's nice and crispy. Let me go through with the ingredients. I have about 3 medium-sized bitter gourds that have been sliced like this. You can, if you would like it thinner, you can slice it thinner, but when you fry it, it becomes thin and nice and crispy. So I think this size should be good. About 2 onions that have been finely sliced. I have a little bit of asafoetida powder here, some coriander powder, some amchur powder or dry mango powder, red chili powder, cumin powder. This is some vinegar, some coriander powder, kasturi methi. I have some mustard seeds for tempering. I have some turmeric powder and salt. So first what I'm going to do is, I'm going to marinate the bitter gourd with the spice powders. I'm going to add some chili powder, some turmeric powder, salt. We'll be marinating this for about half an hour, and I'm just going to pour in the vinegar here. So you can use your hands to mix all this. Make sure all the pieces are coated with the spice powders. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fry the onions first. So pour some generous amounts of oil, frying. So make sure the oil is hot enough and first fry the onions, a nice brown color. So you're just going to make them nice and crispy. So you can see the onions, wow, they're nice and brown. So just remove them from the oil slowly and cool them. They'll become nice and crispy. Okay, now what we're going to do is wash off this marinade, and then we're going to fry the bitter gourd. Okay, so now start frying the bitter gourd. Keep the flame in medium-low. So you can see the bitter gourd has been fried nicely. I'm sure many of you avoid eating this vegetable because of its bitterness, but if you could just get used to eating this vegetable, it's very good for your health, and this is one way of preparing it. You don't have to fry it in oil so much, but you know there are other ways of preparing bitter gourd. This is one of the delicious ways of eating this bitter vegetable. So now that you've had, so we've used a lot of oil for frying, but you don't need so much of oil for tempering. So remove a little bit of that oil, and the same oil you can just temper a few mustard seeds. So I've removed most of the oil. I have a little oil left here. So I'm just adding a few mustard seeds to this. So once they start crackling, add a little bit of asafoetida powder. Put the bitter gourd back. I'm just going to add all these powders that I have here, the spice powders. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cumin powder. So these masalas you add in the end to coat the vegetable, to give a nice flavor to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of chili powder, a bit of coriander powder, maybe a spoon should be enough. I'm going to add a teaspoon of, this is somph powder, and a spoonful of amchur powder. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt, check for seasoning. At the end you add a little kasturi methi to this. So once you've added all the spice powders, finally you add the fried onions. You can see, wow, it's just nice and crispy. To give it a little crunch. Oh, look at it's a good, nice crunchy it's become. Just transfer it into a serving dish. So here you have the crispy fried bitter gourd. It's a nice side dish for anything that you'd like to have it with sambar rice or with any other rice. Please send in all your valuable comments and feedback to homecooking@indiaandtracks.in.